Huge Instagram following. Hi, y'all. I am recovering from an ear infection. And I came into the store this evening because things are a little behind.
Crazy.
Yes. So while I was in California, my eldest, who is the manager of the store, took in a intern. This intern is a trans girl who's a minor. And I didn't like the way she played with my grandkids. And I didn't say anything about it. I just wanted to see how things went. Just teasing and being rough and stuff. And I, told him and the language that this person used in my store. And I was like, that's not the type of vibe that we dealing with. So the other day, he was teasing her. She was teasing her. And my oldest grandchild, and when she came in, I came in the store, she's crying now. Miss Cleo can be a drama queen, and she cries a lot, but she looked like really, her feelings were hurt. And I asked what was going on, but I was teaching or something, and everybody kind of got out of here quickly. So the next day...
She wasn't very talkative either.
No, she wasn't saying what was happening.
One word.
She didn't, and normally, Miss Cleo's a dry snitch. She will tell on you. So, girl, let me tell you. Look, I almost went to jail today, y'all, because my daughter was combing Miss Cleo's hair a couple of days ago and noticed that there was Miss Cleo's hair go down her back. Noticed that there was a piece of her hair cut off to here, okay? And earlier, I'd heard that she teased her and told her how she was going to cut her hair. She lives, because she is still biologically a male, in a local boys' home here. I got back from California. My daughter had decided to let this particular person who had been doing community hours do some of her volunteer work here at the store. And I didn't think it was a good idea, but, I left it alone because I can't make all the decisions. And so she found a piece of her hair had been cut. And when we asked Miss Cleo what happened, she kind of said, your girlfriend did it, your friend, and explained that this person had cut her hair. I was very proud of the way my eldest child behaved, because normally when somebody messes with our kids, we go into fight mode, okay? So she very calmly let this person know not to come back in our store again. She was no longer welcome here. And me being the spiritualist that I am, I divined on it. I look a hot mess, y'all. I'm just trying to get over this ear infection. Don't blow that while I'm on live. You don't love me. You don't love me. Let's just witness all this shit. So she comes in today with some other guy, and I'm like, hey. She's like, I said, well, Kia's not here. And I always say that to her when she comes in, because I don't know this person. If Rakia's not here, then I'm not going to, entertain them. I don't have time to entertain people in my store. And she was like, yeah, well, I came to talk to you. I said, there's nothing for us to talk about. My daughter asked you not to come back to the store, and out of respect for my daughter, I am going to honor that. And she's like, but I didn't cut her hair. I didn't do this. I said, listen, not only do I believe my kids when they tell me something, I divine on it. I divined on this. That girl cut my child's hair. And I'm like, where is her hair? And so then she walked out talking about, well, you'll still have the customers that I sent you, because I suppose she has this huge Instagram following. And she's always in trouble on Instagram and having beef with multiple people, getting in trouble for fighting and shit like that. And I said, yeah, thanks. And then she said, ooh, don't let me get smart up in here and talking about some stuff. I'm like, who are you talking about? And she was like, I'm talking about you. So in my motherfucking store, I ran up on that bitch. And it took everything in my black ass life not to put hands on that child, because that child is a minor. But I was like, get the fuck out of my store.
Well, no,
And then she said,
she must be she best be leaving before she smacks you.
Oh, yeah, she said, I best be walking out of here before I smack a bitch. And I was just like, who the fuck are you talking to?
And then she said, you, nigga.
And she said, you, nigga. Now, this trans...
She's white as she is as white as Luscious, okay?
Luscious got 2%.
Hey, exactly.
This bitch told me that she was going to slap me in my store. I said, you best to get the fuck up out of my store. And then she was like, and fuck your ancestors. I was like, oh, baby.
Somebody getting shot, too.
She said something about somebody getting shot?
Yeah, whenever y'all were arguing up front.
But I tell you what. I don't even...
She said, fuck your ancestors.
Right.
Nobody cares about them.
Right. Listen, y'all. I'm not for that bullshit. I'm for... And I told this person, because I knew she was troubled when she came in, that I wasn't going for the negativity and the bad language. I curse, but this child's ridiculous. And then talking about some shit about she's going to slap me. So there, if she ever, and obviously she does not want to catch these hands spiritually or physically, because I'm a pretty strong woman and I'm from the West Side, okay? And I should not have slapped her, should not have put hands on her, because I would go to jail. But yeah, she gonna wake up dead. Because she done fucked with the wrong witch. Okay? So, I'm just letting y'all know, because I'm sure she's going to get on Instagram and tell all her fucking followers, and I don't even be on Instagram. I could give a fuck. But I want y'all to pay attention to Instagram and see if Azuli's Conjure Garden or Big Liz Conjure is tagged at anything. Because there's already a poppet with this bitch's name on it. Okay? Nobody knows where my ancestors are buried but me. But I will put that bitch in a grave with them, among other things. And I'm trying to have a bit of sympathy for someone who has come from a very bad background, not wanted by anyone, and is currently living in a home. But I got my limits. Her name is Drea. She's a trans girl. I think she's 16 years old, and we have been nothing but kind and accepting to this young woman. However, I am not going to tolerate this level of fuckery and disrespect in my store from anybody. So know and pay attention, especially if you see some bullshit on the gram, that I am not the one. I am never the one. She was told to stay away from the store. She brought her ass back here when I was not trying to hear anything she was trying to tell me, because I divined on it. I divined on it at the kitchen counter with my children watching. Yes, she is very lost, and my oldest daughter is a lot like me when it comes to taking people under your wing, and especially people who have been through a tremendous amount of trauma. But you all have to understand, as parents and grandparents, you can't let just anybody around your children, especially if they have a very, very troubled past. Okay? So I just wanted to let you all know what happened. I'm going to sign back off. Like I said, I have ear infection. I'm not feeling good. I just happened to be here when she showed up, and my daughter was not. And I'm really glad that my daughter was not here, because I'd have been picking up broken items in my store had my child been here when this fool came into my store. But this is unacceptable, and I do not take disrespect lightly. I don't know what the reason was. We all suppose that maybe she was jealous of the little girl. I don't know what her problem is. But we've been, like I said, nothing but kind to this girl. And when she came in, I was not rude to her. I was not mean. I was stern. I was like, look, I believe my grandchild. My grandchild said you cut her hair. I didn't even get to the point where I was like, bitch, what did you do with my grandchild's hair? But I promise you, she'll go in a shit jar. I mean, it's really sad because her life is shit anyway. And it's real fucked up because it's a lot of stuff she didn't have control over in the first place. But what I'm going to tell you is, and I tell all young people is, I came from a not so great background as a child coming up. And what I tell people is you don't always have to be like that. You can change. There was a trans girl who my daughter, who manages the store, allowed to come in and volunteer for her community service hours because she had been in trouble. And the other day, my daughter stepped in the back to check on some candles that she had going. And when she came back into the main part of the store, my grandchild was crying. And, she said that she had joked with her and she said she was going to cut her hair and do all this other stuff. But she didn't do anything. We thought she was just teasing her. And everybody quickly left the store because I had to teach. But the next day, my oldest daughter went to comb my grandchild's hair. And there is a piece of her hair cut to here. Straight line across, y'all. Straight line. Okay? My grandchild has hair down her back. All even, well taken care of. You've seen these babies. So we know somebody cut her hair. And on the off chance that, sometimes little kids tell stories, but you always believe your kids. You always believe your children. But on the off chance that maybe she'd gotten it wrong or something else happened, I divined on it. Now, a couple of years ago, I went on Facebook and I asked my divination clients in a public post, have I ever been wrong about something in a divination? And nobody could ever tell me I was wrong. So when this divination came straight up, yes, this bitch cut my grandchild's hair, I was just like, and my daughter handled it in a very mature fashion, which I was very proud of because she doesn't normally react that way. We from Chicago, y'all. West side, south side Chicagoans. We was only living on the north side. We was fronting. Okay? And then when she came into my store today, I was very respectful. She came back to talk to me. She brought somebody else, some other dude in here with her. And when I told her that I wasn't trying to hear what she was talking about, and out of respect for my daughter, and I said, I'm going to ask you to leave. Please leave. And when she was trying to still talk, I was like, look, I divined on it. My cards don't lie. Get out. That's when she walks to the front of the store. I think I said, please leave. And she started talking about, ooh, let me not get up out of here before I start talking some shit and I have to slap a bitch. And I'm like, who you speaking to? She was like, you, bitch. And that's when she almost got beat the fuck down.
She didn't call you bitch.
Well, no, she said, you nigga. She called me a nigga. Y'all? She best to stay away. If she understands what is good for her, she best to stay away. Because I'm the type of person that when you fuck with me too much, you will feel it. So, like I said, if any of y'all are good on Instagram, I don't know who this chick, what her Instagram is. I'm gonna find out from Rakia though. Do you know this chick's Instagram?
No, I don't want to be in that mess.
Yeah, because she's posting.
I was half tempted to even give her a fake phone number.
Well, the thing is she's posting naked pictures of herself and stuff on Instagram. That's child pornography. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah. So, yes, basically. So, I'm just letting y'all know what happens because I'm a real transparent motherfucker. But if that heifer ever bring her ass back up anywhere near my store, if there's any damage to my store, if there's any problems with my store, right. Well, like I said, Ayana, I didn't get a say in the matter because I was in California. And when I came back, and the girl, we've known her since we've opened, and was actually doing a wonderful job. I don't.
That Cyndi Lauper song. Trip
What true colors? Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing, I know that's one thing I said about my store. You all, I don't want anybody ever getting the feeling that I'm trying to like hustle them out of here. But I've noticed with a lot of magical stores, there be hangers on that just come in and sit all day and don't do anything, and they're weird. And I've basically told the people who, I've grown to know and to trust, like Woodland, even when he started hanging out here, I was like, oh, you're going to be up in my store, you're going to work. So either you're going to work or you're going to go on someplace else and hang out. And he did. And now he's an instructor. So, you have to be you have to be, easy with people. But you can't let people walk over you. You can't let people disrespect you. You can't let people do those things. And like I said, we from the hood too. And, even though I'm here in Ohio, don't mean that if a motherfucker comes up here, see, that's the thing. Bitch didn't touch me first. If she'd have hit me in my own store, that'd have been a different broadcast. Y'all probably would have seen that shit on the news. Because I'm up in here with Luscious too. But I don't play.
Neither does Luscious.
And Luscious don't play neither. Okay? So,
I fight real dirty.
I don't know what the chick's Instagram name is, but I'm sure she's all over the Instagram telling everybody about how she got mistreated and lied on here. Ain't no mistreating and lies happen here. She deliberately cut my grandchild's hair. I was outdone about the shit to begin with, but now I'm pissed. I was pissed before. Now I'm angry. And then you gonna come up in my store as a white person and call me a nigga on your way out? I don't know what's wrong with people. I do not know what's wrong with people.